Whoa, spooky! What is up, my trick-or-treating pizzas? Cory Vincent here, or Negan, as I like to be called, on this day, October 31st, Halloween Day. How are you doing, Emma?
A little worse now.
Why? What?
I was not expecting that.
That was a great intro for Halloween.
Although I do realize I am missing a little something. So
what are you missing?
Hang on.
Did you bring a costume? Did you bring an improv?
I did not, but I did bring.
Hey!
And that is the extent of a Halloween costume. That's all
you are actually. You're wearing the entire costume.
I am.
Smart.
Yeah, the shoes. Yeah.
Girl.
This is going to be great for the audio podcast.
Let me change my glasses.
So, for those of you listening, I'll describe what is happening. Emma has now put on a Wayne's World hat. She was already wearing a black t-shirt, shirt. And now she's officially Wayne. I don't even recognize you anymore.
Party on, bitches.
David Webb. Look at this guy over here in his mask. I'm going to cut the So, if you watch on Twitch every week, I can go to David Webb Cam by pushing this button. Boom. Look at now you're just getting a close-up of, what are you, Spider-Man?
Yep. Oh, shit, that's loud.
You sound... So if you miss it, that is David screaming into his mask.
Is it like amplified inside the mask?
It's so amplified in here. Can you guys hear me coming through the microphone?
It sounds like you got
bit.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a pillow over your face or something.
It's definitely loud. I'm the Red Hood.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I couldn't tell if you were the Red Hood.
I don't know which one I like better, yours or Jensen Ackles, because you both came to the party with the same costume today. Are you okay?
Yeah, we planned that.
Wow, now you're gonna be sweaty the entire show for that 30-second bit. Look at him; he's already all red in the face.
It's I got the wrong size of mask, and so I can't open my eyes in there. When I have it on, so my eyes are just closed.
So you were in that mask with your eyes closed that whole time, screaming?
Yeah,
into darkness.
I was screaming in the darkness.
That makes it even more sad.
I had to get in the character of Red Hood. He's a dark character.
Oh, it's like
we got to let's make this
so warm.
a little bit more of a happy show by welcoming our special guest for the evening, RaieRae Cosplay. Happy birthday.
Hey guys. Thank you. I am an old lady now.
No, you're not.
Don't lie to me. She is.
No.
Yeah, Papa knows, yeah.
So what's it like having your birthday on Halloween as a kid? Was it fun? Was it cool, or did you hate it?
Oh, no, it was fantastic. I got dressed up for my birthday. Everyone wants to hang out and like have fun, get candy. And when you go trick-or-treating, you're like, hey, it's my birthday. And they give you extra candy. And you make all your friends jealous. Do
they believe you, though? The people just choose to believe in goodwill that you're honest?
I think so. I always got extra candy. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it.
Well, you had a day because you started streaming. You had a big stream today, right? Because you, of course, stream on the Girls Without Game channel with your friend Maya, and you had a big, like, 6-7 hour birthday stream?
Yeah, it was a 7-hour birthday stream. Unfortunately, Maya did not make it to the 7-hour stream. She fell asleep and woke up at 5:30.
Wow. On your on your birthday?
Not that she's salty about it or anything.
Are you searching for a new co-host?
No, never. I love Maya. It's cool. We streamed Bending the Ink Machine last night. We finished it. Which, dude, Emma, you need to finish it. It's incredible.
I will.
What is that? I'm going to show my ignorance. I don't even know what game that is. What is it?
It's a game by Rooster Teeth. It kind of almost has like a BioShock feeling because it has like the same sort of like game mechanics, and you're like end up in this place. You have no memory of it. You were just kind of summoned there, and you just kind of have to like venture through it and like fight all these like bad guys, but it's pretty cool.
Is it spoopy or is it spooky? Is it legitimately scary? Because I see a lot of people playing it.
It's pretty spooky.
It's very spoopy. It's really cute, but at the same time there are a few jump scares. I definitely screamed in the first chapter a few times.
Okay.
It definitely has a creepy vibe, like a really creepy vibe to it. Think about a really demented Disney animation studio, and that's where you're at. And it's all like cell shaded sepia tones. The aesthetic of it is really cool.
I'm noticing all the streamers, all the ones who like take it seriously, have been doing all the like a full week of October streams. Have you guys noticed it like actually help through your streams? Are you picking up like new fans, or how is it? Should everybody be doing this?
I did a full month of it because it's my birthday, so I was like, fuck it, fuck a week. I'm doing a whole month, and I definitely saw like an improvement.
That's awesome. What about you, Emma? Because
Yeah.
you've been doing the spoopy thing, not the entire month, but for the last few weeks.
Yeah, I see more. You see bigger numbers depending on what you're streaming. I mean, if you stream certain horror games as opposed to other horror games, like I get a lot of numbers when I do Alien Isolation. I do pretty good numbers on that one. It just depends on what people are in the mood to see. So depending on, like, you could stream a horror game, but depending on the time that you stream it at, maybe you get more viewers than others. It's a balancing. And honestly, it's just whatever you want to stream. You know?
No.
Whatever you want to stream.
No, don't lie to everybody.
Well, I mean, there are games you can play that will get you better numbers, but if
It's all
you're
about the
fucking
numbers.
miserable about it, then you're not gonna, like, it's gonna come through.
Yeah, but it's all about the subs, right? It's all about the subs.
We didn't go to one panel at TwitchCon, and I'm thinking we may have made a mistake.
I'm thinking
Let's
it
talk
shows.
about that. There was so of course VGB. There was no new episode at the early part of the week because we were all at TwitchCon learning and educating ourselves on the ways of Twitch. It is the real life. Like if Twitch became sentient and all of the people just appeared in one spot at one time, that's exactly what TwitchCon is. You get the lurkers. You see some of the greasier lurkers. Then
Hey, be nice.
Hey, they're out there. All right. You see a little bit of everything at this. There's tons of normal people. Yellow badges. Then you see the affiliates who you can identify as the ones who've like committed, because getting affiliates not super easy. Like it's a little difficult. So like you have to put work into it. So when you see a blue badge, you're like, okay, this person's on the path to be a partner. So this person's there for this. And then you see the partners who get walked around. And then there's all levels of us. Like there's the ones like us who are just kind of just doing our own thing. Nobody bothers us. Then there's the ones with the giant bodyguards that have like all of their everything's around them. It's really interesting, like just as a observational thing. But there was a panel there that got a lot of attention. More attention than the ones that had the real celebrities.
Yeah.
It was a guy who got asked a question by a young lady who was describing what she likes to see in a Twitch stream. She wants to see people who are attentive and relatable and all these things. And she's saying that all the positive things. Hands it over to this guy to seemingly just hit a home run. But no, he goes, this is going to sound bad. Which,
And it did.
Which you never, if you're in a public speaking forum, just don't ever start what you're going to say with that.
You don't start with, this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean to be racist.
Yeah, that's worse.
Don't start with either one of those.
That guy didn't say that, but he said, I know this is going to sound bad, like I have a god complex or something like that. And then he says, I'm actually better than the people who watch me. Like, that's just how I feel. I feel like I shouldn't be relatable to them because I'm better than them. To which groans you could hear audibly from there. The guy next to him needs to be the next global
The guy next
emo.
to him got memed and is my favorite thing.
The guy next to him knows he's in the wrong place and that this is about to be a thing. And his expression says it so good. He needs to be the next global emote. But what do you think about this, Rachel? I mean, you clearly agree with him, right? We're better than all these people.
100%. Yeah, totally. No, so my friend actually sent me a screenshot of his Twitch page, and it says subs right here. It says, don't ask me to play games with you. I don't want to play games with you. Don't even try.
Whoa.
And then his donations say, donate. It's not going to be going to the stream. I'm just going to spend it on stupid stuff. I don't even care, basically.
Dang.
So are we being played here? Is this his angle? Is he trying to pull a Dr. Disrespect and we just kind of bought it?
I mean, if he is, it's not working. It's not going in his favor.
You don't think so? No. We're talking about him. He's got tons of people.
We're not saying his name very clearly. You know why we're not saying his name? Because none of us fucking know his name.
We don't know it.
Nobody knows who this guy is.
He's just the guy who made an ass out of himself.
Exactly. So everybody remembers what happened, but nobody remembers his goddamn name. So
I don't even know what his name is, and I don't really want to find out. So I'm going to keep it that way.
Yeah, poor dude. I think whatever he did have is probably crushed now, or he will get more success. If I was him, you just have to lean into it now. You have to double down. You have to go. You don't go the apology route. Now you start putting on a wig and wearing dark sunglasses, and then you're the new Dr. D.
And cheat on your wife, yeah.
Oh.
Wow, spicy. So while we were at TwitchCon, did anybody have any brushes with did anybody get like starstruck at TwitchCon?
No.
Not at
I
all?
did.
I don't think any. Oh, you did?
I did. Yeah, I saw the famous Summer Skies.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw her too. She was a
You
pain.
guys spent an entire weekend cuddling and doing, with your whatever you guys do, and now you got to extend it to the show. I mean, keep it professional.
Of course. I'm going to see her tomorrow, and we're going to drive down 7-hour card ride to BlizzCon. Amazing.
We'll definitely get to BlizzCon. But TwitchCon, yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't get starstruck at this thing. I don't get starstruck at many things, but especially TwitchCon. But I do get taken aback seeing people in person. Like, I didn't get to see Ninja or anything like that, but I got to see the Pokemains of the world. I got to meet Trihex and a few really big streamers, and it's.
I have no idea what those names mean.
Oh, you really don't know both of those names.
I don't know Trihex. I know the name Pokemon.
What? David?
Do you know who those people are?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess.
Well, how do you? Okay, you went to TwitchCon. This was your first one. What are your takeaways? Are you glad you went, and for what reasons?
It was fun. It was a smaller convention than I was expecting, which was actually nice. Especially since I'm coming right off the heels of New York Comic Con. It was nice to be able to actually walk around. I think personally what I took away is the good things to do at TwitchCon for myself was getting to see people that I know on Twitch, and getting to meet friends that you've made online, which is really nice because we're all kind of spread out, and it's this one time that we all agree we're going to be in the same place at the same time. And then getting to meet viewers. Yeah,
we got to hang out with some viewers that hang out in our Twitch chat every so often. We got to hang out with 316. Who else was out there? Pocket Asian. Pocket Asian is every bit as awesome
we were chilling.
as I hoped he'd be. There's always that fear when you meet someone that you've known for a long time that they're going to be a total weirdo, and you're like, oh man, how am I going to get out of this situation? But of all the people that we met from the show or other streamers, I didn't get that feeling, luckily.
Yeah.
I feel like we got super lucky with that side of it.
Now everybody I met was chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't know a lot of Twitch people.
Why do you want to change that? Is that even on your radar? Do you think it's important as a Twitch streamer to really dig into that Twitch culture?
It might be. It's probably a good thing for me to watch bigger streamers for research purposes. But if I'm gonna watch a Twitch stream, I generally prefer the mid tier as far as size, because it's just if you watch a large streamer, you can't actually talk to the person. It's very hard to have a conversation with a large streamer because when there's 20,000 people in your chat,
they're just busy. Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
It's just a wall. So I don't tend to watch a lot of the bigger streamers like that.
Okay. David Webb, how was TwitchCon? You went many moons ago. You went 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you came back. You missed a few years and then came back. What did you think of the growth of TwitchCon?
I love what I saw there. I went to the first TwitchCon. It was very much they didn't know what it was. We talk about the game developers having no lines, while Skype had a line around the building. There wasn't really a clear intention on what it was supposed to be and what we were supposed to be doing there and stuff. But now going there, you still see companies, but it's companies that are meant to be in that space, and they're there and they're scouting talent that they want to sponsor, and they're there to help you provide a service and grow your stream better and stuff. And then just the people there, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. I think it's growing in the right direction.
Did you meet or see anybody there that you had wanted to see?
Actually, I did. So there's a guy that I watch his YouTube videos and follow each other on Twitter, Sean Duras. He is the founder of Space Station Gaming. And I was a fan of his before he started into esports. And then I just liked the idea of somebody who's in the YouTube space and in that industry, seeing how esports is growing and moving into that industry.
Yeah.
So I actually just walked on. I was wearing one of my mainframe shirts, and I dragged Emma into the Fortnite hall.
Wow! How the fuck did you get that done?
There was no line. And I kept saying, it can't possibly be all Fortnite.
That was it.
That was the line?
So you walk into the South Hall, and the thing in front of it, the gate in front of it says Fortnite. And I was like, that's fucking annoying. But there's no way this whole goddamn building is Fortnite.
And it wasn't.
Walk in, And lo and behold, there's a giant goddamn Fortnite sign right in my fucking face.
Well, it's Halloween, a.k.a. Rachel's birthday, and the number one children's Halloween costume was Fortnite this year.
I believe it, little shits.
It was cool.
Oh,
like, it made me wish I liked Fortnite so I could appreciate it more. Like, they had a little mini golf thing. They had a Nerf area. They were giving away free Slurpees.
The Nerf thing was hype, but it wasn't really for Fortnite.
Sure it
Or
was.
was it? Because there's nothing Fortnite branded
It was
on
nothing
it.
was Fortnite branded. I think it was to hype up the release of the Fortnite gun.
But they didn't have it there.
I think no, they did.
Just not the day we were there?
Not the day that we were there.
Oh,
it was
okay.
on display because we saw the display. We didn't know it was the display.
Yeah.
And I saw pictures from later on, and it was there.
Oh.
But it
nothing
really
there
was
said
kind
it
of
was-
like, I mean, it was a free for all. You go into this arena and you just shoot each other, just kind of like Battle Royale.
Except there was like 5 people and not 100.
They gave away so much money at that event.
Yeah, they did.
They gave away, and actually, it's not even just at this event. Fortnite's been giving away a lot of money. I got to hang out with Svenos for the first time in person. He's one of our energy Fortnite players. That dude made like 30,000 plus playing Fortnite golf.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. Like, they didn't even shoot each other. They did a real legitimate golf tournament in Fortnite, and he won a shitload of money. And then he walked away from this event with $60K in his own right, doing the Pro-Am thing. So they were just
Why don't you
throwing
just fucking
money.
release his tax returns, why don't you?
I mean, it's all public. he goes on Twitter recently and said because of Fortnite and all that they've given out this year, he's become the 9th highest Dutch player, esports player to make money of all time.
Is that like a
Jeez.
long list of Dutch esports players?
There's 15.
They're good. The Dutch and the Europeans are really much better at esports, and it's way more set in stone over there than it is over here. Even
Fair
so,
enough.
that's pretty.
I did not know.
It's a really cool thing for him.
You learn something new every day.
But it's just because they're giving away so much. I don't think he's won like an actual first place major tournament, but just collectively, it's crazy. There's so much money in this, but that part was really cool. Rachel, what about you? Because you've been getting back into the streaming heavily. You've already got you hit your affiliate like the week before.
The day before. Actually, the day I picked up my badge, I hit affiliate.
Did they have it ready for you, or did you have to have a community badge?
I had a community badge at first, and then I just went over to the help desk and they upgraded it because I already filled out all the paperwork, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, you're affiliate."
Oh, and what was it like for you? Were you there for educational purposes, or what was your experience?
So technically I've been streaming for a year, but I had to take a year off, or like 8-9 months off because of medical reasons. But now I'm back, and I kind of wanted to get back into it, just go full force. I wanted to do networking, just see what was it all about, and I thought there'd be more video game booths there, kind of like how PAX is. I thought there'd be more video game presence there. It was just more the equipment you have for streaming, which was really cool. I liked it.
And
I got to see
9,000 energy drinks.
Yeah, and I can't have energy drinks, so I was just like, cool, I can try any of this. Awesome.
It is weird when I got home and got to have real food again. And, my first home cooked meal was the best meal I'd ever had.
I had pizza rolls. That's all I've been eating.
I think compared to TwitchCon, that's even probably more considered real food because they're just shoveling sugar and energy drinks for free, usually down your throat over there. And there was one super lonely little water fountain in the corner. Every time I walked past,
it was always full.
Totally empty. Yeah, it was always full. No one's drinking the water. Everyone's drinking their gamer subs. I did love to see the web around people.
Yeah,
that was their first event, and they were smiling from ear to ear. And I saw a lot of people walking around with those little bags.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they made a killing, and that's
cool.
That's who this convention is for. Almost, it's like those people, these niche companies, like Blue Microphones, probably sold more Didn't they say? Something like that.
Would we call Blue niche though?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Now that they're owned by Logitech.
Well, that's
now,
recent. That's recent.
Super recent.
But not a lot of musicians were clamoring for Blue microphones. I mean, they make good stuff, and I think Imagine Dragons used it on their last album or something like that. But they're not a household microphone company name. But for Twitch streamers, that's it.
Yeah, you get a Yeti. That's you've made it.
That's all you need.
Your starter Snowball, or
That's what they. Yeah, I asked him. I go, so how's your TwitchCon? Because this was Sunday towards the end of the day, and he was like, "Oh man, we made more yesterday than we have this whole year." It's like, holy crap.
And that's on a discount. David, you were one of them. You bought a microphone.
Yep, I upgraded to a Yeti from my little snowball from probably like 3-4 years ago. So, yeah. I really like it.
This close to get a Nano.
Huh?
The Nanos were so cute.
Oh, yeah, the Nano.
Nanos.
Oh, you know why you don't get the Nano, though? The only difference? You can't do your ASMR streams on that. No stereo setting.
For me, it was like $20 difference. I'm just going to get the full Yeti.
Yeah.
I did almost get, I almost went full bore. Got
XLR.
the XLR one.
They were talking you into it.
It was so close.
People.
Was he?
He was getting salesman hard.
Is he prone to that, or did he do an okay job?
I mean, he resisted. We waited because I told him to wait until Sunday.
Yeah, and that gave me a chance to talk to you, Cory.
My reason didn't pan out, but it did work.
What was your reason?
Well, my reason was I always leave things until Sunday if I want to buy something because odds are they're going to put them on sale for cheaper. Like the controller that Rachel bought, we bought on Sunday and they were $20 off.
Yeah.
Because they just need to get, like, it's cheaper to sell it for cheaper than it is to try and ship it back.
This was a blessed trip.
Oh, man.
I don't know
it was so fun.
What God you pray to, but whoever it was watching over us this last week because we would just get lucky. One was with maybe the biggest one was the Twitch store. The Twitch store, people are obsessed with it. When you go there's lines around the fucking building to get this into this Twitch store. And sure enough, David and I get in there first thing and we go straight there and we're already too late.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's already
we
start walking.
Yeah, we're in through the partner line first thing.
Yeah.
Too late. But go ahead.
I was to say we were just walking and we just kept walking and walking and walking. I was like, this is not.
We started optimistic. We're like, oh, this isn't bad until we hit the corner. And
it's going.
And it looped down and then I was like, oh.
Yeah. So
Terrible.
We walk up to the front, trying to play all the cards we got. Little social engineering opportunity here. So we go up there to see like, hey, brother, is there like a partner line or something that we can get in on this thing? And mind you, I saw a lot of partners in the line already, but you got to try it. And the dude was like, "Oh no, unfortunately, that was only for like the first 2 days. But now you just have to get in the regular line." But then he gives us the look when you know you've made a friend immediately, and he leans in, he's like, "Is it just you guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and he gives us the nod, and he let us cut this giant freaking line. Thank you to that guy. So,
oh my gosh.
You better not say his name or where he worked because you're going to get him fired.
Paul Jacobson in department. No. He let us in, and then we were like, because you guys were heading out, you wanted to hit the store that morning too.
Yeah, but we were still we were still getting ready.
I messaged you guys immediately. I was like, hey, okay, crush any dreams you had of getting into the store. We're in here now. I will send you a picture of everything until you decide what you want. So my shitty phone camera and this dark.
The worst phone camera.
I know.
The worst.
I
don't understand.
I appreciate it.
I don't know. I had to have David take a few pictures because I was like, I just can't get this picture.
There were some where he would take a picture because we weren't together. We kind of split up.
This is Android versus Apple, by the way. Unfortunately, my Android's failing me.
I would like see the message pop up. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like you guys would be asking questions, and I would just like go behind him and I just retake the picture and then resend it.
I was like, oh, it's not that color at all.
That's not pink. Yeah. It's black.
We gotta acknowledge.
Yeah, like the hoodie Emma got. I thought it was lavender. It's a dark plum.
Before we move on with the TwitchCon stories, we got to say, because it's of TwitchCon, King NorCal is in our chat.
Yeah,
we met.
It was cool.
Yeah, we met him at the Sea of Thieves.
Totally randomly. He was nice enough to take a picture of all of us at the Sea of Thieves little setup, and I happened to see his badge, and I was like, NorCal. Is that like NorCal?
Yeah, and I guess he does like full role play, improv. He was saying.
Yeah.
So he's a real king of Northern California. So thank you for popping into the chat. The networking was so good. We also got lucky at all the parties. Every party we wanted to go to, we ended up getting into and got into with all of our friends. And then the last miracle was the hotel.
I don't know if we want to put this out there because I'm afraid I'm going to jinx it.
I hope there's no employees from
don't say where it was.
Motel 6.
Yeah, we're just going to say that. Hopefully the bad juju will get moved in the wrong direction. But like the next day, Cory messages me and he's like, hey, because we're trying to figure out like
how we were supposed to split the hotel. Yeah.
And he's like, hey, what card did it go on? And I go, I thought you put it on the podcast card. And he goes, I don't see anything on there. And I'm like, shit. So I start going through my bank account. I go, it's not on here. I'm like, well, I'll just call and ask for a receipt. So I call them. It's freaking weird. It's so weird. I go, yeah, I just calling, stayed there this past weekend. Want to know if I can get a copy of the receipt. Oh, sure. What's your name? So I tell him my name. And I say, oh, it's probably under this name because I made the reservation under a different name. And he goes, no. And then so I give him Cory's name. No. I'm like, well, we stayed in this room. The last person I have staying in that room checked out Friday morning. And we checked in Friday night.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I gave him my last name. He goes, the last web that we had here stayed in October 11th. And so I was like, all right, well, thank you for your time. Have a very nice day. This has been a Secret Shopper. You scored 10 out of 10.
You did awesome.
Corporate is very happy with you. Expect a call about a raise.
This is undercover boss. You're going to get a lot of money.
I come from the world where nothing is free, so I've been checking my account still every day that goes on because I'm like, they're going to get me. And then they're going to charge me double because they're going to say like late fees or some crazy stuff. So blessed trip. The VGB gods. It might be because we're so faithful to them. Oh, there they are right there. Podcast gods.
I did.
I saw it
just before they hit.
You know what? 365 days out of the year, no, 364 days out of the year,
There you
we answer and pray to the podcast gods. This was the one day that they finally answered back our prayers.
You say that like every time you play a theme song. I don't think you can.
Really quick, Lost Sheep in chat had a good theory. Maybe Pocket just paid for it for us.
No, we did have a weird
probably.
exchange. I have a theory.
You did?
I have a theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
One of the days, the day we made it into the store, remember there was those two dudes, the guy we met in the elevator?
Oh, snap!
There's a guy in the elevator who like seemed very businessy. You know, he's like, and seemed wealthy. I don't know. When you look at a guy, he's not like dressed super crazy, but he seemed confident enough, like he has no worries.
Yeah.
So automatically, I'm a little weary of this person. And then we get into the elevator, and he goes, "Hey, you guys going to the convention?" And we're like, "Yeah, we are." And he's like, "What do you think?" And we're like, "Oh, it's fucking awesome. We love it. Everything about it. We can't wait. You know, we're just saying all these good things about it." And then he gives like a little nod. And he's like, yeah, I was talking to Julian, and he said that it exceeded all of the expectations. And
who the fuck
like,
is Julian?
exactly, like we were supposed to know who it is. So it was kind of like he nodded and was like, by the way, I'm a huge celebrity.
Yeah.
But we were just like, awesome, man. Like, cool. Like, we didn't doubt him or anything.
Yeah,
It was just a really cool thing. And he said there's one other exchange with him, but I don't recall. And
Was
then,
it, what room are you staying in, and how long are you guys staying here?
No, it wasn't. But you left. Maybe he went up afterwards and cleaned us up or something, man. Maybe he was Twitcherson.
Twitcherson.
Johnny Twitch.
I heard he was there.
Whatever the owner of Twitch is, he could have been him.
Isn't his name Justin?
No.
Justin TV?
No.
Is that not a thing?
No. Justin got his TV stolen.
I don't know.
It's whoever the CEO of Amazon is.
But we've made the podcast gods wait long enough, and I don't want to upset them after they came through so clutch. So, RaieRae, what have you been playing?
Oh, that was bad.
No.
Oh.
Was that not a good one?
That was terrible, man.
Hey, I'm getting slow clap over there. Okay.
Down.
All right.
Down.
Don't encourage this one.
There's a little bit of pity.
Well, I've been doing Spoop Month, so I just finished Bendy and the Ink Machine. Today, I played some Dead Space and Dead by Daylight.
So when you played Dead Space, was this your first playthrough, or have you played it before?
This is my first playthrough. Way back when it first came out, I was dating this guy that was obsessed with it, so I saw him like play it a few times. So I really don't know what the story is about. Never actually played it. And it kind of just fucks with you because it makes like all these like really creepy sounds. Nothing comes out, then it's dead silent, and something comes out.
So, what are you thinking? Are you going to just go straight into Dead Space 2, or are you saving that for Spoop Week 2019?
Well, I still have to finish Dead Space 1. I'm probably going to like finish it throughout the year. I don't know if I'm going to get into Dead Space 2 until next year, just because I have so many other games I want to play. But we'll see.
What were some of the games? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I really love it so far, actually. I think it's a really good game.
So, from what I hear from a lot of people, that the first one is the best one, and then it starts turning into like an action shooter. But I'll let you...
The first one?
No, the first one is great. I hear like it's great.
Yeah.
It's spooky. Like they kind of make ammunition and guns like a limited resource to where you're actually kind of like scared, like because you're not just this all powerful, Master Chief who could run through and mow down armies. You're vulnerable. But I think as the series progresses into 2 and 3, they turn it more into like you're some crazy action hero that can mow down hordes and hordes of whatever you're fighting.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I'm kind of worried about that, especially for Dead Space 3, because I know there is a co-op mode, so I was like, oh, so I guess it's not as scary, it's going to be more action-y, and all I can think of is Mass Effect when they did their co-op mode, and it was just like a horde, like endless horde of like aliens.
What were some of the spoopy games that didn't make the cut?
I was supposed to play Fatal Frame. I do have it. I don't have it installed. I tried to play Visage. For some reason, it wasn't working on my computer. I need to update my drivers. But those two are really scary games, and I really want to play them later this year. And I think that's about it. I did play Amnesia one night with Maya. Like, Maya was actually here streaming with me for once.
Wow, you seem like you're hostile towards her. For once? Yeah. She actually showed up to work.
No, she was supposed to be here today. I'm salty, but I love her.
I love her too. Like, she's so quick.
She's so great.
She's so
oh my God,
quick-witted.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
Usually, when you see someone who's that gorgeous, they're a little, they live in the bubble. I like to call it. They don't know what life is like. But freaking David Webb.
I still can't believe this happened.
We were getting some food out in the food court area, and it's a little windy. Not that windy, even. And Webb has got a handful of, like, candy wrappers or something.
It was the fortune cookie wrappers.
Fortune cookie wrappers.
I was trying to clean up our space.
And then, for whatever reason, like, I remember there only being, like, 3 wrappers in his hand, but somehow, like, 8 things flew out of his hand, and they all hit Maya in the face. So, like, one at a time. It wasn't, like, all at once. It was like, oh, boom, something hit her. Oh, another thing hit her. And then at the end, she just puts her hands in the air, and she's like, is there something wrong with your hands, dude?
So what? I was cleaning up the fortune cookie wrappers, because me and Emma we each grabbed 4. 2 for me, 2 for her, and then she grabbed 4, and then so there was like 8 of these wrappers, and we were just opening them up like one right after the other, checking our fortune. So I grabbed them all and I stuck them in the bowl, and the wind came and scooped them right up, and I was trying to catch them, and it was like I caught a couple of them, and then that stray that just like.
But he ends up just like batting them into her face.
Yeah, it wasn't graceful at all.
The last one, it was like every time I'd go to grab it, I would like hit it further away, so I'd reach with the other hand and I'd just punch it further.
If you like just let them go, they probably would have went around her.
They probably would.
But you batted them into her face.
Oh man!
And I'll just never.
You're like assaulting. You're assaulting my co-host.
Yeah.
So you know.
I apologize on behalf of my co-host assaulting your co-host. But
maybe
her
that's
reaction,
why she didn't show up today. She was upset.
Her reaction was very priceless.
Oh man,
she was traumatized from that.
She said something else to Rachel. Cory, you had walked away at that point. Emma, you were looking at art, and then it was just me, Rachel, and Maya, and she said something that was just so quick and like shot Rachel like way down. I was like, holy crap!
That sounds like her.
That was my first like, whoa, this chick is tight.
Yeah.
You remember when like Emma shot us all down?
Oh my god. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
I didn't think you were gonna bring it up.
This was
oh, I'm always gonna bring it up.
This one was really spicy, and
no, this one's just bad. I just feel bad about it.
I still can't. Go ahead, Rachel, please.
Rachel's the one I insulted.
No, I want to hear it from your perspective, because I don't want to bring up these memories.
So we were talking about math problems, I think, or something like that.
And no, we were trying to. It was my badge that was flipped over, and we couldn't figure it out. And I was like, "Why can't any of us figure this out?"
Yeah, her badge ended up being like the toughest mini game of any Zelda.
Oh yeah, it was like some stupid puzzle. It was crazy. Yeah, and then she was going like, "Oh, who went to college here?" And both like Cory and Webb, and they were like, "Not us." And then me and Maya were both like, "Well, we both have fashion degrees." And Emma goes, "Okay, so only me."
Yeah, it's like holy
but not even like that. Like it was, and then she was ready to move right along, like she didn't say anything. She's like, "Okay, so only me." So that would mean
immediately realized and like freaked out, because what was it? I was like, I was like, we can figure this out. We all have college degrees, and you and Webb were like, nah. And then Rachel and Maya were like, we just have not just. They're like, we have fashion degrees.
Oh, you did it again! Will you quit belittling people with fashion degrees? What do you have against them?
It's like one of those things. Like I meant like something like a different kind of.
Rachel.
Emma.
You know what I meant.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
This is like.
Wait, I know what you mean. Emma. You mean that my fashion degree is
Oh. It's like when someone's.
That you are better than me.
It's like how nobody's really accidentally racist.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're all bad.
You've done this too many times to where now I'm really starting to sense a pattern.
This is horrible. That's why I want to talk about this. I feel really bad about it.
Wow. All right. So. I mean, since people with degrees are such higher, more above everybody else, we'll let Emma go next in the segment.
I want to go now. I want to go home.
No, go ahead. This is your birthright here.
Please educate us.
Please educate us with what you've been playing.
I want to take my degree and go home. What's happening?
This is what you're playing.
What have you been playing?
Do I need to explain the rules one more time? I'll do it.
I don't know anywhere. I've been playing scary games.
Which ones?
So I don't know how to move on from this.
You just do. You just have to accept it. Maybe you could apologize.
I did. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Emma,
I love you.
I still hold over. Was it Rosie spilt yogurt all over my Raven cape at WonderCon back when it was
13 years ago.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let this go. Just so you know.
Oh my God, I hate you.
I love you too.
I'm gonna cry.
What you been playing?
What games?
I don't know.
I'm giving you an out.
I don't know. So we've been doing scary games over on my channel. So I finished up Amnesia, The Dark Descent, like 10 years late. I've been doing Alien Isolation again, which is by far my favorite thing to stream.
You bought a Kinect.
I did. I bought a Kinect specifically so I could stream Alien Isolation again. Because mine died a while ago, and I knew I wanted to play this game. But there is no point in playing Alien Isolation on an Xbox if you don't have a Kinect. Don't even do it.
No, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Because, for those who don't know, it uses the microphone on the Kinect. Yes. So if anything makes a noise in your house, whether it's you or your dog barking or whatever, the alien automatically gets a ping of where you're at.
Yep. So if you're being hunted by the alien or the androids or other humans that are trying to kill you, if you're hiding and you make noise, it'll find you.
Ooh.
It's fucking scary.
So what happens if you don't have a Kinect? Does you just breeze through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, even if you have a Kinect, you can turn the feature on and off. Because it uses that, and then the other thing it does, which is like less scary but is kind of fun, is that it tracks your head. So if you're hiding, you can like physically move, and you can peek out corners if you move your head. Which is like, I always do that in games anyway. But now it's just responsive.
So it's like the same as people playing Mario Kart that would like twist their arms and move their bodies left and right to try and turn.
If I lean, then I move faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good one. And what I end up doing is I like my alerts go off, whether it's for follows or subs or donations, and it sets off like my Kinect fucking hears that shit. So people will just spend the whole time trying to kill me.
So
I'm in like a tense, horrible situation of like, I'm not breathing, I'm not saying anything, and then a goddamn scream comes out of my computer because it's one of my alerts. Because
somebody who's not as good as you decided to give you money. If I learned anything from TwitchCon.
Yes, that's what you learned from TwitchCon.
So is it insta-death every time that your alert goes off, or can you still like maneuver your way out of the situation?
It depends on what part of the game you're in. For most of the game, like I'd say like for 2/3 of the game, it's pretty much insta-death. At a certain point, you get a flamethrower, and if you happen to have enough ammo, you can kind of make the alien run away. And then it's just hiding. It's just hiding.
What else have you been playing?
So I did Alien Isolation, I did Amnesia, The Dark Descent, I started Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I started playing Dead by Daylight.
Okay, now explain Death by Daylight. Is this one that you stream with people, or how does this one work?
Yeah, Rachel and I have been playing it together because Rachel actually bought it for me so we could play it together. But it's one of those, it's PvP, and it's 4 survivors and a killer. And basically you have to fix, the survivors have to fix generators, and once you get enough generators fixed, opens the door, and then you escape. The killer has to try and hunt everybody down, hit you, get you down, and then stab you onto a meat hook. Ugh. Until you die.
Okay, I've seen this. So what's the difference between this and the Friday the 13th game?
I don't know because I haven't played the Friday the 13th game.
Okay.
I think it's the same basic principle.
But-
It's the same basic thing, right?
It's same
And
with
Jason's
Evolve.
not in this game.
Rip.
But Michael Myers is.
Oh, is he really?
And Freddy Krueger
Freddy Krueger.
and the lady from Saw and
Fully licensed?
Yeah.
This isn't Freddy Bluger or anything
No.
like this?
No.
That's cool.
No, those 3 are fully licensed. They do have a creature that's inspired by the Grudge and the Ring.
Ooh.
And they have a few others that are inspired by other characters, but those aren't licensed.
Do they have a different, do they all play differently or are
Yeah.
they just skins?
No, they all have different play styles, different attacks, different ways that they incapacitate you.
And each
then-
character has their own skins too, yeah.
Yeah, and there's their own skins.
So what do you like to be? Are you a better survivor or do you like to be the monster?
I think I'm a better killer.
I'm
I'm a
not
pretty
surprised.
solid
Yeah,
killer.
surprised.
I'm not surprised. That's actually more of a question just for confirmation than anything else. What about you, Rachel?
I've actually never played as the killer. I've always played with my friends, so I've always been a survivor.
All right.
I'm a survivor.
And that also makes sense. Huh.
And then I was supposed to do Visage tomorrow because I've actually been waiting for that game to come out for like 2 years. It's finally out in early access.
So is this the one Rachel could not install?
Yes.
And have you had the
So-
same issues?
No, I got it installed and I tested it in OBS. I'm good.
What was
Okay, wait, but it actually plays and doesn't have like this weird green filter over your game?
Yep,
Is it because
Okay,
you have
well
a
then
college
that's just
degree?
mine then.
Yeah.
it is.
If your
It's
college
because of
degree,
my
real
college
college
degree.
degree.
It
Yeah.
senses it. It tests for it when you turn the game on.
David Webb, what you been playing? Let's diffuse this
Yeah.
little bomb right
A
here.
little match I just lit.
Yeah.
A couple things mainly. Overwatch. Powered up Overwatch on Monday.
Oh, I saw part of this stream in the lab. You said.
Yeah.
So what are you practicing?
I'm focusing on. So I went through a stage where I was trying to branch out, and I realized I shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna stick with my strengths and just grow those. So really practicing Lucio and Zenyatta.
There you go.
I find myself as a better support than anything else. Secondary, I could probably play tank okay if nobody else is playing it. But my favorite was we were on. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name of the map. It's the one. I think it's in China, and it has like in the middle. There's like this gazebo that you're in.
Oh, Lijiang Tower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Night
was.
Market, I think. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one. Go ahead.
So I was Lucio, and I got up and I just kept circling up in that gazebo, and I just had my healing on, and I just sustained people, and nobody, the other team would not know where I was. I just kept circling. Somebody would pop in through the window and try to start sniping, and I just booped them out. And I just kept circling. I lasted so long in there.
See, and that's so
Oh,
much
man.
easier
You
now that they
dick.
put in the update where he automatically skates over obstacles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that back
Much
in the
easier.
day, back in our day.
It was so much harder when that wasn't an option.
Yeah. And then today, I actually streamed. I played through the Black Cat DLC for Spider-Man on the PS4.
Through completion.
Through completion.
And the rating.
Oh, nice.
It was shorter than I expected. I think overall it was probably about 3 hours of extra gameplay.
Ooh, 3 hours?
3 hours.
For how much?
For how much?
So if you just bought this one particular one, $10.
That's not bad.
So I bought the season pass, so I just paid $25 so I could get all 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're connected.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do spoilers, but at the end of this one it says to be continued, and it leaves you on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, they were always supposed to be like that.
I didn't know it was
Oh.
I didn't know it was that connected. I knew it was
Gotcha.
gonna be like intertwined, but I didn't know it was gonna be to be continued, and I had to wait until the next thing to drop to learn the rest of this story.
So, without spoilers, the main campaign kind of ends on a cliffhanger.
main campaign,
There's like
yeah.
after the credit scenes, where where you get to see some really cool stuff, and there's 2 of them. Remember? There's
Oh, the main. Okay, I remember
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, after
Okay,
the main
yeah.
campaign.
Watch yourselves.
Where do these take place after that?
Yes.
The-
No,
so-
no, wait, sorry. Those 2 after credit scenes take place before this DLC.
So do they make any references
What?
to that? Because there's some big deals.
Yes.
Okay,
I feel
Not,
like we've already talked too much. We've already said too much.
for you maybe.
but yeah, I'm not gonna go into details. They're minor callbacks, but they're there. And then as far as to kind of try and get away from too much of the story, sorry, I might just have a panic attack.
Thank you.
There are more additional like little side stuff that you have to do, like Screwball is back.
I fucking hate that bitch.
And then like the backpack missions. So it's that
Yeah.
backpacks you have to collect works of art. So it's a lot of the same stuff, just kind of reskinned.
I should have traded this game in when I had the chance.
The side stuff is
As
reskinned.
though you can't trade it in now?
I mean, I wanted top dollar. I don't know if I could still get that crisp, clean $25 or whatever it was going to be before.
The game, I mean, like the extra story in the DLC is good. And there's some good plot twists and stuff in there, but I think it was worth it. For $10, I think it was worth it. And then $25, I'll tell you after the other 3 come out. Or the other 2.
Fair enough.
All right, and then you have not picked up Red Dead yet.
No, not yet. I'm waiting until I get paid. But that is the next purchase I'm getting.
Is that what Cory has been playing?
I'm assuming that's what we're leading into.
Surprisingly, yes, I have been playing it.
That's not surprising.
But a little bit because like when it first came out, I was at TwitchCon and it was hard to deal with. Like you guys, I drank quite a bit at a few of those parties, and it wasn't to have fun. It was to try and forget that I was missing out on Red Dead Redemption.
Luckily, I was there to remind you every step of the way.
You were definitely there.
You were equally.
She was definitely there. We can do a full episode on Drunk Emma, but I think it's better for us to do it when she's not around. Yeah.
Can I be a part of this podcast?
Yes,
you're
mandatory.
You're an integral part of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drunk.
She's a what part?
Integral.
Drunk Emma dabs.
That's the correct usage. Don't give me that use.
Integral isn't a word.
Drunk Emma dabs.
Integral.
And I'll never forget that.
Is a word.
She got Emma the dab. My scooter racing through downtown LA or downtown San Jose with Rachel was fun.
Oh yeah.
We lost you guys.
It was cool.
She almost died. It was she took me to the wrong Mexican restaurant. And then
they're right next to each other, to be fair.
Kinda.
Did you take them to the Vicks?
Yeah, we were like around the corner, and then we had already because we already parked our scooters, locked them up. We're like, okay, we're done riding, and then she comes running down the stairs because it's like an old house turned into a restaurant, and she's like, "This is the wrong place. We have to run and meet them." And so we go sprinting down the street to go catch up. And we end up getting there at the exact same time as you guys.
I have zero memory of you guys not being with us when we got there.
When you guys got there, because we met up with you at the corner.
I think we had another adult. Like there was someone definitely shepherding
Nicole
us.
was with us.
That's who got us there. She got us there safely, but they weren't there. I remember someone did Rachel? Did you give somebody a piggyback ride?
Oh, she gave Drew a piggyback ride.
Oh yeah, I did.
I have pictures of that. Yeah.
Rachel.
That wasn't that the next day?
No,
it was that night.
Rachel, who's
I gave you a piggyback ride the next day, Emma.
You did.
Yeah, because that was
giving everybody piggyback rides.
That was after the first party that we went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't want to name names, but yeah.
I don't want to name names.
There was an open bar though.
There was an open bar.
Yeah.
There was an open bar every night, and that was the best convention I've ever been to because of that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you guys or at least I told Emma on these conventions, stick with Cory. Because he'll get us into places where we shouldn't be, and there's always an open bar, because that's the only reason why he'd want to go. And chances are there's going to be free food. So, we had to pay for very little food on this trip. Because everywhere we went was an open bar and free food.
Here's my favorite thing.
It's amazing.
This is what made me really rise to the occasion. Because I was proud of my social engineering, but it took a while to kick in because... You know when you need that person to keep you motivated? When you think you've mastered something and then you have that doubter or that person who just really is like, I'll show you how good I can do this. And it was because when I got everybody into the first party, it was super easy. It was it happened to itself. So I can't really take too much credit for it even. But one of the things that stuck out to me that Emma said before we even left for TwitchCon, which is just the meanest thing.
About it. It wasn't
you
even
know how to
mean.
hurt people.
It wasn't even mean. It was just a statement of fact.
You are like a Terminator who just finds someone's weakness, whether it's a degree or whether it's my pride in getting.
Are you saying that her fashion degree is a weakness? Is that what you're saying?
No,
not at all.
Don't you try to turn this around to get the blame off of you.
You know how to reach into somebody's soul and find out how to hurt them, and then you just lock on and then zap it. And so what you said to me was, I want to get the quote right. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah,
please say
we were talking about the the Twitch partner party or something that you had to be somebody to get into. And you're like, I got you guys. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to hook you guys up. And I offhand, because it wasn't mean. It was supposed to be making you not worry. I was like, well, even if you can't, I know somebody else who can get me into anything.
No, whatever. Whatever. I love how you twist the story. You said something like, anything you can get me into, my friend Martin can get me into. Or something. It was like very, and I was like, okay, all right.
But Rachel, am I wrong?
Don't bring me into this.
Yeah, don't bring her into this. Hold on. So, and Martin Wong, he's been on the show. I've met him on multiple occasions. He's a wonderful man, and he is very well connected, which I believe what you said was true, but I didn't want to believe it, and so I was going to do everything I could to prove otherwise. So we get into the...
It was supposed to be a nice thing. It was supposed to be like a, hey, don't worry about me. If you're going to stress about it, I can find other ways in. It's not a problem.
Sure.
I don't need you.
Yes, exactly. That's the part.
That's all he heard.
That's the part that hurts.
Said, fuck you, Cory. I don't need you.
So we get into this really, really cool party, and we're having a great time. Drunk Emma is in full force. Like, the drinks are amazing. The food is great. And who shows up to the goddamn party is Martin Wong, strolls in through the door with an invitation in hand. So, yeah, he could have gotten you into that one.
I don't think he had an invitation. He just knew people there.
Yeah. That tends to be the case.
I don't think he ever needs an invitation. He just walks in.
So, kudos, Martin Wong.
He'll never see this.
Game recognizes game. Yeah, because...
Wow. I like how you're just insulting him more. He's like, don't worry. He'll never see this. He'll never watch this podcast.
Yeah.
Does Martin listen to any podcast in the world?
I mean, true.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Martin.
Anyways, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption.
How do we get on that?
It's
How do we get on Cory's insecurities?
Wow!
Boom! Target destroyed.
We have a whole podcast about Drunk Emma and
we're gonna get back.
Cory's insecurities, I guess. Yeah.
I guess so. So, anyways, I come back, start playing 3 games. I start going back to my Call of Duty Blackout. I still find myself going back to that. The other one was Magic the Gathering Arena, which is a new one that just came out. And fans of the show who've followed long enough know I'm kind of obsessed with Magic the Gathering, but I go in and out. And I played a lot of Duels of the Planeswalker, and that brought me into the full card game. Been playing for many years. And one thing that's always been hard is that I think Magic is so much better than Hearthstone. But on
Nerd.
Wait, okay, we'll dissect that.
Yeah,
you're right. You're absolutely right. Though these are trading card games, digital trading card games, but it's always sucked because I'm like, Magic's the better game. It's way more complex. It takes a higher level of skill. It's way less RNG. There's a lot of RNG, but there's more like there's a fine art to this game. And Hearthstone to me is just so basic. But from what I hear, a lot of the more recent Hearthstone updates are garbage, and the players are getting pissed. And I think Magic knew that, paid a bunch of money to Twitch, and had a giant booth right smack dab in the middle. Everybody who signed up and got your little swag bag got a free pack of Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah.
Like, there's 2 decks in there where you can play against people and learn. There's a good tutorial instructions in there. And then this Magic the Arena game beta just went live. And they had all the big card game influencers there, like, playing that game because they're all kind of...
Right.
They'll play whoever pays them.
Yeah.
But I came straight home, got a code for an extra deck, installed that bad boy, and I streamed it last night for like 4 hours. I play it, like, unhealthily during work. I hope nobody from work is listening. But if I'm in a meeting and I'm not, like... integral or like and you just want me in there to listen, I probably have a game of Magic open right there.
Yeah.
And
you're obsessed.
It's taken over my life. So I'm so excited that Magic the Gathering is back. I will be doing many, many more streams for that game because I think it is the way, the truth, and the light. More so that, like, even when I was playing Red Dead earlier today, I had an itch.
Oh, no.
To be like, why am I playing Red Dead?
You're so fickle.
I can go play Magic the Gathering. What do you mean?
You're so fickle. You were so excited for Red Dead. You're like, oh, this is my everything. This is the end all be all of games. You're all dumb if you don't play this game. And now you're like, I could play Red Dead or I could go play Magic.
Yes.
Yeah, you're fucking fickle.
I'm a little fickle, but
cat.
Here's the thing, though, with Red Dead. It's been getting... Okay, let's just kind of jump into the first news story since it's so related, because the sales, I guess, were really good. I don't have exact integers. I don't know if they're in the notes. What did it do?
So there's two parts to this. So technically, Red Dead had the biggest opening weekend of all time.
Really?
Because in its first 3 days, it sold $725 million.
Yes!
Whoa.
Now, I say technically because GTA 5 sold $1 billion in its first 3 days, but it wasn't over a weekend.
Oh.
So technically, Red Dead is the biggest opening weekend of all time.
Okay.
So the closest thing that came to it this year was Black Ops 4, which comes in at a measly $500 million.
Fail.
Wow. Why even get out of bed in the morning?
Yeah.
But yeah, $725 million in its first 3 days.
And so, with a game that big and that in depth from such a great developer, like there's still going to be bugs. Like you got to expect the unexpected. But I'm seeing, and then again, when that many people buy any one thing, you're going to see opinions that go from this is the best thing of all time to like, this is garbage. You know, maybe the people who didn't play the first one or aren't even into that type of game but just followed the hype, kind of muddying it. I tried to keep clear of both sides and just kind of get my own experience. And so far what I've seen is that the introduction area is way slow.
Yeah.
Super slow. It's like, I thought
the
GTA...
tutorial area kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
GTA 5 hooked me from the beginning, like with the colorful characters, like the everything about it, like the movie cinematography of it. Like I was like, oh man, I'm sitting in for like a really cool movie. This is gonna be dope. This one, it's just like it's snowy, everybody's miserable, and you have to do these missions. Which there's so much like mechanics in this game, and they slowed a lot of things down to where like you don't just loot a room. You have to walk in there, you have to open the cabinets, and your guy seems to walk kind of slow. So I'm getting caught up in these little tiny details when I really just want to jump off into the world and explore and start doing things. But I've had to sit now for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just going through exposition and trying to learn all the storylines. And there's things you can't fast travel through. So and your horse has like stamina now, like way more. Like before, and you too, like you have like a stamina bar, you have to eat to keep it up. It's kind of like a hardcore mode type of thing. So I'm getting caught up in it becoming more of a cowboy simulator than like just a Rockstar game.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I've got so far. Anybody else? What have you guys been hearing?
I've been hearing mostly good things about it. One of our friends, friend of the show, Jay Giss, Capital Fight District, he did a little mini review on Twitter saying he had all the positives, but one thing that stuck out for me was one of the cons, and it was the game mechanics themselves are a little chunky. Trying to fight, trying to shoot. The same action for shooting is used for a different action. So if you're not careful, you could shoot somebody you don't intend to. Like
you saw when I was playing, I had a mishap because there's so many fucking buttons that like there's a guy had his back turned to us. Yeah. And the guy I'm with is like, you want to take him or you want me to? And I'm like, of course I'm gonna go do it. So I start sneaking up on this guy. And I push the jump button, and I jump right past him off the train.
And he just watches you jump.
Yeah, he's like, "Wow, that was weird."
That was easy.
Yeah. So the buttons are weird. There's a lot of buttons. So if I'm still not. It looks beautiful. I'm playing on the 4K screen with the 4K output on the new Xbox One X. It looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just scenically, and the hunting was like probably the most fun I've had in the game so far.
I'm gonna get it out of the Xbox One S and not a 4K TV. And after seeing it 4K, like the max it can be on yours, I'm curious to see exactly how much of a difference it is on mine. Because one of the things I keep seeing, and it's 100% marketing, but I want to know how true it is that the best way to play Red Dead Redemption, to have it look the best, is on an Xbox One X in 4K.
Yeah.
Wait, you watched it on his first, and then you're gonna downgrade to yours?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm going to see how much of a downgrade it is.
Yeah.
And then you have...
We're going to get texted just like, it looks like shit, I can't play like this.
And then you have like a regular Xbox,
I have an
so
old
you're going to be playing
Xbox.
Minecraft.
Well, I'm not going to be playing
with the Western
game
skin.
at all, so.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got some time to convince her. Thank you so much to our guest.
Maybe I will.
Happy birthday. So we're going to be hanging out. The birthday celebration with Rachel is going to continue because we're going to talk about more spooky stuff. We're going to be talking about horror movies and all sorts of stuff with her. But Rachel, happy birthday. Thank you so much for filling in. Tell everybody where they could watch your streams and follow you on Instagrams and all that stuff.
Twitch and Twitter, you can follow me at Girls Without Game. And then you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram as RaieRae. So it's RaieRae.
Yes.
Fill it out.
Then it's Liddy. If you want to see a lot of pictures of Emma as well, you can also follow her on there too, because they're kind of a thing. I mean, I don't know about it anymore after this episode, but can we get some F's in the chat for Emma and Rachel's relationship?
Three skies is no more.
I didn't bring it up.
David,
Bring it up.
what you doing? What you doing? What's the old stream schedule?
The stream
looking
schedule.
like?
I will not be streaming tomorrow, but Friday I will be streaming. And as of right now, it looks like it's probably gonna be more Overwatch.
Webslinger 1.
Webslinger 1, unless they get Red Dead by then.
Okay.
Then it's gonna be Red Dead, but chances are it's gonna be Overwatch.
All right. I would recommend getting through the tutorial before you stream it because you're gonna be.
You think?
Be miserable.
Okay.
Emma Skies, what do you got going? You're abandoning us on Saturday.
I am.
Because
I'm going to BlizzCon. Very, very last minute decision. I'm going to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Which means that I will not be streaming. So Visage and Bendy are getting pushed to whenever I get back next week after I go vote. Do not forget November 6th, next Tuesday, midterm elections. Please, please, please go vote. Find out where your polling location is, and as soon as I am done voting, I will hop on stream and we'll all talk about voting.
We should do a little. We should do our due diligence here as a podcast because I don't think we're just podcasts. I consider ourselves educators in a lot of ways. Like teachers, like that, but a little more important because people choose to listen to us.
Good God!
And you should vote, everybody. And more importantly than voting, you should just pick the smartest person you know, and then vote how they tell you to.
That's 100% not what you should do.
That's 100% what I think. Like, how are you supposed to do this thing?
You're supposed to
that's what I'm
find out
doing.
yourself.
Yeah, me too, Rachel.
Yeah.
Listen to Emma.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh my God.
Before we had like 30 minutes before the show where Emma just told us who to vote for.
That's not what I specifically told them.
Yeah,
not
she
to
sent me
vote
a bunch
just
of
for who
articles
I'm
about
voting
it.
for.
Yeah.
And I specifically didn't tell you on a lot of things what I'm voting.
I could assume now, based off of how you
might be able to.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them where you would have guessed wrong.
Emma,
you can't hide her true feelings.
Yeah, I mean that's how my dad was back in the day. You would just no. You should really be educated. I just get advice from people whose views you respect, and it's always good to debate it and hear both sides of it. But everybody gets that packet in the mail. It's a very, very important time to help shape. And here's the way to think of it: if you're a gamer and you think like politics is dumb, like it's boring, no, it's not. Like every one of those propositions is actually very, very important. It's like, think of it like you're playing Fallout, a Bethesda game, and each one is a mission. You have the good, not necessarily every decision is good and bad, but it affects people differently, and you get to weigh your own moral compass as to how you think the world can go. You actually have a part in this thing we call democracy. So I think you guys should look at it that way, read it all, and then if all else fails, just listen to your smart friend.
And if you're in California, you are allowed to bring materials with you into your polling location. So do not be afraid to bring that ballot with you, your sample ballot, anything you want to write down. I write down everything that I'm voting for. Bring it with me so I am not lost. I don't forget anything. And I'm ready to go.
It's very, very important. You know what else is important? Good coffee and comics. And you can do that in Sacramento at Oblivion Comics and Coffee.
Solid segue.
It's a perfect segue.
Good segue.
You can go to Oblivion Comics Coffee after you vote at your polling location.
You can.
But your polling location is Oblivion Comics and Coffee.
I do not believe they are registered polling
Damn,
location.
that'd
Please
be
do not put that out there.
convenient.
Yeah, let's not put that out there. But yeah, go get your comics and coffee if you're in Sacramento. I know. Oh, Pocket Asian's visiting Sacramento. He's got to go to Oblivion
Wait,
Comics
just
and
call
Coffee.
out his location like that.
Sacramento's a very big place. All right. Besides that, you know what else is really important? Green screens and convenient ones. So Web Around Gaming, they make these portable, expandable green screens. They made a killing at TwitchCon. We actually have a code with them. It's VGB when you're signing out, and they're super affordable. We saw so many people walking around. This was their debut into the world. These things are sick. I'm only streaming with green screens from now on because it's just so clean.
You can hide the mess. You don't have to clean up when you stream.
And
That's not why I use it.
I can put that thing. I can collapse it every time now. I learned the trick.
Yeah.
It only took like 3 or 4 times, and then I'm a master. I was streaming with it earlier today. Packed it away, put it back up, pack it away.
Nice.
So get that bad boy if you're a streamer and you want to have a green screen. And then the last one is mainframe. Dude, Webb and I both wore our mainframe gear at TwitchCon, getting stopped every 10 feet. People
all the time.
They wanted pictures. They thought, who are these trendy Northern California guys wearing these hipster sweaters and stuff?
Honestly, that's what stopped me meeting that one guy I wanted to meet, Sean Duras. He saw my mainframe shirt. And they did work with mainframe. He like stopped and like pointed at me. He was like, mainframe.
Mainframe does all of Space Station Gaming's jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there what? That was foot in the door, baby. Mainframe USA. Insane in the mainframe. Check them out. But that's it. That's our show. We appreciate you guys. We hope you have had a safe and fun happy Halloween. If you guys are listening to this podcast on iTunes, be sure to check us out on twitch.tv/videogame_bang every now and again. Give us that follow. If you have an Amazon account, you can link that and help support the show for free. It doesn't cost you anything, and we really appreciate that. And I get shocked because it's happening every single week. We say this on the show because it really is important. If you do listen to it on Stitcher or iTunes, give us that 5-star rating and those comments. In the Discord the other night, Special Cases was going through and copying and pasting people's actual things in there from listeners, like from our chat, who've done it and just haven't told us yet. Yeah, so like Pratt had one in there. Like all these names that we know and love each week are actually doing it. So thank you guys. If you have an iPhone, please give us that 5-star. And we just hit a list. We're number 14.
We did.
Yeah, some list came out of, it was called the 40 Gaming Podcast that you have to be subscribed to. And it's based off of it's not like one person sat and listened to all of them and put them in a list, but it's based off of how your search engine optimization is, the consistency of your posts, audio quality. Like they had a big old thing. Number 14.
That's not bad.
Pretty good for some guys from Sacramento and gals.
Guys and gals.
Damn straight.
That's it though. Thank you so much for RaieRae Cosplay, David Webb, the real one, Emma Skies, the mean one. My name is Cory, saying you've just been banged.